HDMI microphone. Oh, no, that's why it's not plugged in. Alright, there we go. Forgot my mic wasn't plugged in. Alrighty, well, we are finally back again. After a little bit of time. Back with some Pokemon Run&Bun. Picking up in our hardcore Nuzlocke attempt. Which is coming very, very close to the end here. My last stream we had left off on completing the rest of the Victory Road. And so now we're finally here, and we do have access to the Elite Four. However, there are some optional fights that you can do at this point to get certain items, which I will be doing because those items are necessary. Most people end up doing that because you can get the eject pack and eject button items, which are very, very useful. So yeah, I've already in the past week I planned out the Elite Four, and I have everything calced already. So and I decided that I do in fact need those items. So yeah, there's 8 fights that I have to do, which are all on Route 123. And then after those fights, then I can go ahead and see if I could beat the Elite Four. And yeah, we'll see if we could do it. Like I said, I already have it planned. It's not riskless. But I am planning on bringing a unique Pokemon. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, for now we're just gonna take things easy and just try to beat these optionals, as many as we can for today. It'll probably take a couple streams for me to do it, but yeah, they don't look too bad. There's a few double battles, but it should be fine. I already have the first one prepped here, so yeah, we should be good to go. Have all the right items and free damaging here, so yeah, why don't we go ahead and head over there here. So we have to go up to this route, Route 123. So let's go ahead and make our way over there. Yeah, it's at this point, like, even though yeah, these fights, there's only so many more left, you know, you can never be too you can never be careful enough, you know, especially at this point. I've seen other, like, on the champ sheet, other runners who, like, had their E4 already planned out and then ended up losing one of their E4 mons to these optionals and had to completely redo their E4 plan. So definitely would love to avoid that as much as possible. So yeah, so this route right here, you can't get to him till after you get Waterfall. So yeah, there's some trainers here that we can start taking on. So the first one should be just right up ahead right here. Hambino. So let me heal. Gudra here, who's pretty toxic. Paul Armstrong, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in the chat. Hope you're having a good day today so far. This is a ROM hack called Pokemon Run&Bun. It's a custom-made Pokemon game that's designed to be really, really difficult. And I'm doing a hardcore Nuzlocke of it, where basically if a Pokemon faints in a battle, then I can no longer use it. So that's what we're doing here. I'm about to do this first fight up here. I can demonstrate how difficult these fights can really be. So let me just triple check. We got all the right items equipped here. Let me double check the calcs one last time. And I'm not missing anything. I think we should be good to go. Go you, bait you, switch to you, KO, bait you, go you, fake out KO, chain until you, and then go to you for the KO. Yeah. It's let's see, gay on the low. What's up in the Twitch chat? It's I like your name there, it's pretty funny. It's great question. A Run&Bun is a I was just telling Paul here, a ROM hack of Pokemon Emeralds. That's designed to be very, very challenging. So yeah. I can show you better by showing what the battles look like here. So I'm just gonna slowly creep up and then make sure to heal in between. But appreciate you dropping in the chat. Hope you're having a good day today so far. So first battle should be just right here. Alright, Pokemaniac Hambino would like to fight. Alright, so this guy leads a Togekiss with Serene Grace, Thunder Wave, Air Slash, and all that to increase the chances of flinching or status drops. To start off, I could easily KO this thing with Mega Beedrill, but I want to bait out a specific Pokemon next after this Togekiss. So instead of what I'm going to do is I'm going to chip it a little bit using U-turn. As the Togekiss always is a KO with Air Slash. So we'll go for a U-turn just for some chip. So U-turn. And we're going to U-turn into my Goodra, who can take the Air Slash very well here. Yeah, it's, yeah, I've gotten that a few times, that I look like Daniel Radcliffe, especially with the glasses and the beard. Alright, so now, I have my Goodra in, who I have pre-Toxic because this Togekiss does have Thunder Wave, so it prevents it from using that. So now it just has to go for its highest damaging move, which is Aura Sphere. We have Shell Armor, so we can't get crit, and after that U-turn damage, we can one-shot with a Heavy Slam. Togekiss goes down. And then with Goodra in, we specifically bait in Marowak next. Perfect. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to bait in this Marowak after the Togekiss is because with my Goodra holding an Iron Ball, it makes me slower. And this thing has Stealth Rock, so if the AI sees that it's faster and it can always KO, it can never use Stealth Rocks. It can use it though if it does see a slow KO, so that's why I wanted to set up this position here. And after the damage taken, let me see, I'm at 116. I'm only always ever dead to Bone Ring or sometimes Fire Punch. So from here, what I can do is swap over to my Golisopod, who's pre-damaged so that I could always trigger an emergency exit on the switch here. Yep, perfect. So no Stealth Rocks. And then we should get our emergency exit. And that allows me to swap into my Starmie for free. And then now I could just outspeed and simply one-shot with a Surf. So Marowak goes down. Next up, we should see Serperior. And this is Contrary Serperior holding a Focus Sash, who always sees a KO on my Starmie with Leaf Storm. So it's always going to go for that, which is also going to give it a special attack boost. But it's perfectly fine because I can swap directly to Sneasler here, who, let me see, should be holding a Life Orb, perfect, and can take this Leaf Storm pretty well here. Yep, so Leaf Storm. Oh, nice crit. So even with a crit, we're perfectly fine. And then now, it's holding a Focus Sash, but we can simply go for a Fake Out to break the Sash first. And then we can get the KO with a Poison Jab. Yeah, we should be fine on HP even with the critical hit there. Because now I should just bait down the line. The Striplimp comes in, which can be pretty scary because it's got Explosion with a Flying Gem, Acrobatics, and with the Unburden ability. So it can explode if you let it. It can also get Unburden if it uses its Flying Gem, doubling its speed. But with a Life Orb, we simply outspeed and can one-shot with a knockoff. So Drifloon goes down. So that's dealt with. Next up is a... Oh, Luxray comes in, interesting. I wonder why it was Luxray. It should have just baited in order. Yeah, because it should have seen that I show a KO on it. That should be fine. Palmstrom, appreciate the follow, bro. King Nagor, what's up, bro? Good to see you again. It's been a little bit. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you're having a good day today so far. Yeah, so I am not sure why Luxury came in. It should have been always Hatterene because I show a fast KO on both of them. So I should have just baited in order. I was planning on chaining the Hatterene as well. But it looks like we're gonna need to steer here. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure why that happens. Yeah, I always show... Both of them, I always show a fast KO too. While holding a life orb. Because... Yeah, so... Let's see. Luxury here is Guts with holding a flame orb. So... It'd be pretty scary if we let it set up. Yeah, so we're actually, King, I just finished the Victory Road in my last stream. And so now we're just doing the last few optional fights to be able to take on the Elite Four. We just need to do these optional fights to get to certain items to help us with the Elite Four here. And it's only about 8 fights, so... Yeah, so let's see, my plan for this lecture is pretty straightforward. I was just gonna swap directly to Gliscor and KO with Earthquake, but then after that, that's just baiting Hatterene for Psychic. And it can't use Misty Explosion because it's last Mon, so that's good. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't have really much things that can take a Psychic. Alright, but we're gonna swap, hopefully... I'm gonna swap to Gliscor, and hopefully it goes for Zing Zap here. So let's do that first. Okay, perfect. Alright, so it's burned now, but we outspeed, and with a soft sand, always one-shot with Earthquake. Alright, so Luxray goes down, but that should have been last Mon. Now it's Hatterene, which I was originally planning on chain KOing with Sneasler, but now I can't really do that. Thankfully though, since I baited in last, it can't use Misty Explosion. And it can't use Nuzzle, because I'm a ground type. Let me see. Let me see if Soft Sand... Oh, I think we're fine, because, yeah, the only thing this Hatterene can do is use Psychic. And at level 99, Gliscor just barely lives a max roll Psychic crit. And with Soft Sand, we can outspeed and two-shot with Earthquake, so... Yeah, we're fine. So we'll just KO with 2 Earthquakes here. Psychic. You can take that, and KO with another Earthquake. Alright, there you go. A little steer there, but we made it work. We can grab these berries too. Let's see. Haban berries? Oh, these are the... berries that weaken super effective damage. 2 Culvers. Yeah, I didn't plan on using any of these, but I guess I could use them for some of these fights if I wanted to. Alright, let's go back and heal. And take a look at the next fight. Alright, so let's see. We do have a double battle next. So we can take a look at that here. This one has a gimmick of symbiosis with the Starf Berry. So, symbiosis allows you to share items with your party or with a partner in a double battle, so it can share the random stat boost from Starf Berry. So, but this one didn't look too bad either. Let's see here. I think my plan was... I can KO the Oranguru with a U-turn. If I level Beedrill up a little bit. And then, let's see here. Sneasler can one-shot the Greedent with close combat, which afterwards we can bait a KO from with Moonblast, and I can U-turn U-turn into Excadrill to KO the Swalot with high horsepower. And then we can I think my idea here was first turn KO both Oranguru and Greedent. U-turn into U-turn into Excadrill. Pre-damage to show KO with Moonblast from Florges on Sneasler. I can KO Swalot with Excadrill as I swap Sneasler on a Moonblast into Golisopod. And then let's see. I could swap back into Sneasler to KO the Snorlax. And Excadrill can KO the Florges with an Iron Head. That would just leave the Vivillon. Who can go for either Sleep Powder or Rage Powder. Well, actually, Sleep Powder or Stun Spore. But that should be perfectly fine. It is Focus Sash, but let me see. What did Pollen Puff do again? Yeah, it's deals damage to opponent and restores HP of its teammate, but it would be by itself, so that doesn't really matter. We can deal with that pretty well. So I can outspeed, break the Sash with Sneasler with a Poison Jab or something, and then deal with it from there. This one doesn't look too bad. Definitely Sneasler, though, in the first slot, so that after I KO... well, let's see here. Oh no, I need... I need Sneasler in the second slot. Or... yeah, because I need a... If I leap them, then that means after I KO their Oranguru, the Florges won't come out. So I actually have to do... I have to bait it somehow. So I can... yeah, I need to prevent Vivillon from coming up before Florges, because then this Vivillon has Friend Guard. So I need to bait it out showing a fast KO. Let's see. I could maybe go Togi. To bait KOs from Florges and Swalot. And then I could use that as a chance to... I can protect and swap Sneasler for Excadrill. Let me see here. Yeah, so we... Sneasler should always bait Swalot because I don't show a KO on it. So we... Beedrill should be slot 1, Sneasler should be slot 2. U-turn KO a Ringaroo into Togi. Pre-damaged to bait... Let me see. See, I don't really need Iron Ball here. I can... Yeah, because minimum is the Moonblast, which is 30... Which would be 78 HP, which would be outside of Pollen Puff range from Vivillon. So that guarantee baits Florges for slow KO with Moonblast, and then random move either Body Press or Fire Punch from Swalot. So I could Spiky Shield, swap Sneasler to Excadrill, then outspeed and KO the Swalot the next turn. As I swap Togi for Golisopod to emergency exit into Sneasler again. Yeah, and then I'm in the same position. I can KO Snorlax with Sneasler and KO Florges with Excadrill. And then deal with the Vivillon at the end. Yeah, so this should work here. Let's go ahead and set this up here. So we need Beedrill, Sneasler. We need Togi, Golisopod, Excadrill. Pika Pika, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in the chat. Hope you're having a good day today so far. Let's see, then we need you. guess I could bring something as a potential sack if needed, like my Greydilly here. Alright, and I do need to level up Beedrill to be able to KO the Oranguru. So I can just level him up to the level cap here. Let's see. And then let's see. I could also level up Excadrill as well. Expert Belt. Yeah. At level 99, I can KO Swalot with Expert Belt, High Horsepower, and Florges with Iron Head, so let's do that as well. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, William? I see you. Thanks for popping in. Hope you're enjoying your spring break right now. Yeah, we just started going through these last few optional fights here. So, let me see. Yeah, so we'll give Expert Belt to Excadrill. Let's see, we need... Let's see, is Muscle Band enough? No. Well, I'm not KOing the... I only need to KO the Greedent and the Snorlax. So I could just use Black Belts instead. Yeah. So Black Belt. Savage Kirby Puff, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in, appreciate the sub. Appreciate the comment too. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys dropping in. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Alright, so we'll give Black Belt to Sneasler here. Yeah, I appreciate fellow Pokemon enjoyers here in the chat. Right, and then we just make sure I have this updated in the calcs here. So, Excadrill's level 99. Beedrill's level 99. And then... let's see, what's the XP like on Toki? It's looking fine. Yeah, I do play quite a bit of Pokemon Go. Not as much recently, but I did go to the recent Go tour here in LA. So yeah, I've got a pretty good collection on my Pokemon Go account. Handful of Shundos and all that. It's like one of the things that my family also does that we all do together, so Let's see, for Togi, I need Togi to be at 78 HP. Yeah, 78. So let's do that here. 3 damage, 78. How long I've been playing? I mean, Pokemon came out when I was born, so and I think I got the original Pokemon Red and Blue when I was like 4 years old, so yeah, it's been pretty much the majority of my life I've been playing Pokemon games. I played pretty much every generation growing up, so definitely one of my favorite gaming franchises. Yeah, I know nowadays the company gets a lot of flack for certain things, which you know, certain things I don't disagree with, but I mean, the games themselves I still love to play. And especially these, like, you know, community-made ROM hacks to make the games a bit more challenging. Yo, what's up, Zell? Appreciate you jumping in. Hope... Yeah, much appreciated. Thanks for that, bro. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Hope you've been doing well as well. Yeah, we are finally at towards the end here. Yeah, I already got the E4 prepped. I just got to do these optional fights for the eject items. But then once we get those, then we're locked and loaded, ready to go. So yeah, appreciate the comments too. I have a note of that down below. I'm planning on doing first 2 singles and second 2 doubles. Try to see if I could be the 4th person to do that successfully. With a unique. Yep. My planned unique is going to be Gliscor for this Elite Four. So very, very exciting. Definitely not. It's not riskless, but I think we have a pretty good plan. Yeah, I was surprised that Gliscor hasn't been champed yet, but I guess it doesn't get poison heal, which really makes it a lot less useful. But I mean, the one I got was Adamant Nature, like almost perfect IV, so. Yeah, no worries, King. Good to see you again, bro. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, hopefully I can catch you in my Elite Four stream. Yeah, but Gliscor does actually come in handy with the Sydney and PB singles, so it'll definitely be getting some use for the first few fights, and then it'll pretty much be used as a pivot after that. But it is gonna get some KOs itself, so it's not just there as a sacrifice. It's so. Alright, so let's see. I just need a pre-damaged Galissapod to, let's see, 1. Let's see, 259 divided by 2. Let's see, 128 plus Min-Roll Moonblast is 112. Yeah, we should always be able to lift crit off of that. Good. Yeah. Yeah, so 240 for Galissapod. Yeah, I mean, I figured at this point, you know, I could go the easier route, because majority of people do the first 2 doubles and the second 2 singles. But I don't plan on doing another run after this, whether if I do lose, so. I'd rather try to high roll for something that's, you know, a bit more of a road less traveled, so to speak. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's not like a Hail Mary attempt. I do have some pretty good plans. I think I have a really good strategy for Drake doubles. That one was definitely the hardest one to figure out. But I think we have I think that fight is riskless, I'm pretty sure. Barring, I think, if I get like 4 crits in a row at a certain point. Yeah, it's funnily enough the riskiest fight is the champion fight. It's that fight. Like if I could make it past the Elite Four, the champion himself is gonna be the riskiest fight out of them all. So that's gonna be the Hail Mary, a part of the fight. It's because Wallace is just I mean, even with like sacking a whole bunch of mons, he's still not a freebie by any means. Yeah. But I should at the very least be able to get to to Wallace with at least 5 mons still alive. So if we can get there, then I have a pretty good shot at going all the way. I would just need to dodge a little bit of fiction on the previous fights. So yeah, we'll see. But I still need to make sure these last few fights I handle still carefully, because I was telling someone earlier, I've seen other runners like fully prep their E4 and then lose one of their E4 mons to these these optionals, so definitely still need to be on my A game for these, especially for these like double battles here. Yo, what's up, Alex, in the chat? Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day today so far. Alright, so let's go over here. So we have this double battle first. me just double check. I have all the right items here. The Black Belt Sneasler. Togi 178 HP. Expert Belt, Excadrill, Glisopod at 240 HP. Alright, that should be good. Let me just triple check the calc one last time for this. Yeah, so KO U-turn, KO close combat, U-turn into Togi to bait Florges, Moonblast, Sneasler bait, Swalot. Togi is baiting both sides. We Spiky Shield, swap Sneasler to Excadrill. KO Swalot with high horsepower, swap Togi to Glisopod, emergency exit back to Sneasler. And then take it out the rest from there, yeah. Zell, good question. So, after you beat the Victory Road, you can immediately go and do the Elite Four if you wanted to, but on some of the routes after getting Waterfall, there's certain items that you can get some optional fights to get them. So, on this route, you can get the eject button and eject pack, but you have to beat eight optional fights to get them. And I definitely need them. It's as part of my E4 strategy. And I'm pretty sure like 90%, 99% of all runners end up doing these fights just because those items are very, very good. Yeah, unfortunately they're only one use, but they come in huge. They're very handy for planning out the E4 fights. So definitely necessary. So yeah, we should be good for this fight. Let's see if we get. I think I can get screwed from left guy bug, so I'll just claws if that does happen. It should be always a Ringaroo in the first slot. Yeah, Togi's pretty damaged on purpose here. So is Golisopod. Pretty Red, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day so far. Welcome, welcome. Alright. I think we're good here. Let's go ahead and do this. Do this fight. Cool Trainer, Wendy, and Braxton. Alright, so this has an interesting gimmick for this double battle. Basically, the Ringaroo has Trick Room, so it wants to set that up, but also it has the ability Symbiosis, and it's holding a Starf Fairy, which if it activates, it'll pass along whatever held item ability it gives. So like the Star Fairy sharply raises a random stat, and the rest of the team also has Star Fairies to activate those as well, trying to pass along all those random stat buffs. So we just got to prevent that from happening. Mainly this Ringaroo, because we definitely don't want it to set up a Trick Room here. So to prevent that, we're simply going to one-shot it with a U-turn on Mega Beedrill, allowing us also to get a free switch. And then A black belt boosted close combat can just simply one-shot this Greedent. So we U-turn. Perfect. So Ranguru goes down, and I'm going to U-turn into my Togi here. Alright, and then close combat, KO's Greedent. Jonathan, I'm good, bro. But appreciate you dropping in the chat. Hope you're having a good day today. Alright, so the first two go down. Next up should always be Florges and Swalot. Perfect, so Florges, and then should be always Swalot. Perfect. Alright, so these two come in, and both of them should only see KOs into my Togedemaru because it's pre-damaged. Even after, let me see, just triple check here. Yeah, full health. Yeah, we're not, after close combat, we're not showing any KOing rolls from Moonblast on Florges. So, both of them are going to be attacking Togi. Florges is always going to use Moonblast. Swalot could use either, what's he going to go for? Either Body Press or Fire Punch. Either of which doesn't really matter, because I'm going to use Spiky Shield to protect from both attacks. And then this allows me to freely swap out Sneasler into my Excadrill. So we'll Spiky Shield, and we should see both attacks into Togi here. Yep, Moonblast, perfect. And Body Press, cool. Alright, so now, from here, with Excadrill in, we outspeed the Swalot and can always one-shot it with high horsepower. And that allows me to swap in Togi onto... should only be taking a Moonblast from the Florges, so I can swap to Golisopod to take the Moonblast and to get an emergency exit here. So we'll swap to Golisopod, and we'll KO the Swalot with a high horsepower. So high horsepower takes out Swalot. Perfect. And then we'll take a Moonblast. Perfect. This should always trigger emergency exit. And then this allows us to safely swap back into Sneasler. And then that just leaves a Snorlax on the left side. With Sneasler back in, we can just simply one-shot with a close combat from Sneasler. And then now we can KO the Florges here with an Iron Head from my Excadrill, and we'll get the double KO. So Snorlax goes down. And then we take out Florges. Perfect. It's... again, no thanks. I'm good, Jonathan, on that. It's... Alright, so this just leaves one Mon left, which is a Vivillon. And I wanted to bait this thing out last because it's has the Friend Guard ability, so if the left side were still alive, they would have received a defense boost. This thing is also holding a Focus Sash with stun powder, stun spore, sleep powder, all that stuff. But from here, it's pretty straightforward. Its only attacking move is Pollen Puff. So with combination of Sneasler and Excadrill, we can just take this thing out. So we'll go for Poison Jab and Iron Head. Yeah, so there's a Pollen Puff. This won't do that much damage. And there we go. Very clean. Very, very clean fight there. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's see. Don't have any flying mons. That's cool. Alright, so let's go ahead, head back here. And the next fight is also a double battle, so we'll have to take a look at that as well. Yeah, I think for today, yeah, let's see, I'm already streamed for about an hour. Yeah, if we can do at least 2 more fights today, and then that would just leave me with 4 more fights left, for all the optionals that I need to do. Which I should be able to get through before I have to get ready for work here. So let's go back, heal. Levi, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day today. I love playing Pokemon Go as well. I was just sharing earlier that I've played quite a bit myself. Let me see. I could show off one of my. Let's see. Now, Levi, what would you say your best mons are for Pokemon Go? Which town theme I like for Gen 3? I mean, Verdant Turf is a hard one to beat. So I would probably have to put that up there as my favorite. Let me see if I could show this here. Yeah, this is my best in Pokemon Go. Got a Shundo Groudon here, so. That's one of the best ones I got. And then I have a Shundo Zacian that I'm trying to max out. Alright, so let's take a look at this next double battle here. This one has a gimmick with, kind of like with Tate and Liza. The one side is using Fling with a Salac Berry into the other side that has Weakness Policy. But this one also didn't look that bad either. Because the Mr. Rhyme side I can just sweep with Sneasler. Because he can't use Fake on me since I have Inner Focus. So but yeah, Verdant Turf Town is the really only one that like pops in my head right now. Trying to think. see. So yeah, so as long as Togekiss doesn't see a KO, it'll always use Fling. So yeah, that just allows me to I think I could just lead Beedrill and Sneasler. Because I can leave Beedrill in and just use Drill Run on the Togekiss so that I can leave it in. Because it's going to be guaranteed going for Fling, because it doesn't see a KO on either of them. And Sneasler can just one-shot all these guys. Yeah, Life Orb knockoff, one-shots Mr. Rhyme, Decidueye, and Poison Jab one-shot Sceptile. None of them have priority moves. And then once that side's gone, I can just then take out this side. Let me see. The only thing I need to make sure is that the Donphan here does have Sturdy with a Custap Berry. Alright, Pikachu, appreciate you dropping in the chat. Hopefully I'll catch you in another time, but hope you have a great rest of your day, alright? Alright, so let's see. Let's see. Well, what I could do is because if I attack Donphan with Leech Life, a critical hit can proc Custap Berry, which would kill my Sneasler. So I could just let's see, well, I would be showing KOs on both sides. Let me see. I could also use Mega Alakazam. But let me see. Yeah, I can deal with the first, the left, the right side pretty well. I just gotta make sure I don't proc this Custap Berry here. So what I could do is let's see, after I KO the left side, I can leave Beedrill in and I could swap I could swap Sneasler in for something else, like, let's see. So what about Basque Legion? He's not fast enough. Or maybe... Gyarados, maybe. Let's see, Choice Scarf. Level 99. No, still not fast enough. Could just go maybe. Let's see, where's Choice Scarf? Latios, maybe? Yusuf, what's up, bro, in the chat? Appreciate you jumping in. No, I didn't just start. I've been streaming for a little over an hour now, but appreciate you dropping in. Hope you're having a good day today so far. Yeah, so we need someone who's faster. Can maybe swap Sneasler into Electrode. Which at full health would never be attacking Electrode. But the Electrode is faster. So maybe let's see, what about regular Alakazam? Someone who can deal enough damage to not because if I can always U-turn with Beedrill. U-turn should never, yeah, U-turn would never proc that berry. So I just need to use someone who is slower than Beedrill. Life Orb. Close combat. Deals 60.6 from Sneasler plus... Okay, so actually, I think Sneasler and Beedrill can still do it. Because... Yeah, because Beedrill is just slightly... Mega Beedrill is just slightly faster than Sneasler. So I can U-turn. U-turn into close combat should always KO while not proccing Cut Berry. Yeah. Yeah, because Cut Berry gets procced at 25% or lower. Let's just triple check that. Yeah, 25% or less, so... Max roll crit U-turn would deal 72.7%. It should always be above 72.7. Yeah, that's always above 25%. Yeah. And then we could always KO with close combat. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like Beedrill and Sneasler can just sweep this whole team here. Yeah, so let me bring those guys, and then I can just bring a bunch of fodder in case something goes wrong. Yeah. Yeah, so this looks good. Okay, let's set this up here. So we just need Beedrill and Sneasler. Let's see, who would be some good guys for backup here? I guess Thunderous is a good backup. And... let me see. I want to bring a bunch of good guys. I guess Charizard would be Or maybe Blaziken. Or... yeah, we could bring Electrode as a backup. And I could bring Thundurus as a backup. Yeah, I should be able to just do this all with just these two. One, two, three. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Actually, Durarun isn't a guaranteed KO, so it can proc Salac Berry on Sneasler. But I think it's always going for Ice Shard anyway. Because Sneasler shows... Sneasler shows a fast KO on it, so... Salac Berry proc wouldn't matter anyway, because it's already going to be moving first from the Ice Shard. And then Sneasler would just take it out. Yeah. Let's see. I could also consider using close combat, but I don't think that should be necessary here. Yeah, because my Sneasler, after KOing the first 3 with Life Orb, will be just down at 70%. And then I can use Fake Out to ignore a move and swap to because I can let Beedrill get the KO with Poison Jab. Yeah, that should be how this all works. There's no other weird abilities I have to worry about. Let's see. Mr. Rhyme has Tangled Feet. What does Tangled Feet do again? Raises evasion if the Pokemon is confused. Interesting. Let's see, I guess I could bring Pascal Legion and Gyarados would probably be better backups to bring. So I can bring those two. Let's see, where's Pascal Legion? There he is. Alright, so Sneasler still holding a life orb. Oh no, yeah, I need to give him the life orb. And then I guess I could give the rest of the guys citrus berries. And that should be pretty much it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this here. We should just be able to sweep with the Beedrill Sneasler combo. If my understanding of the Run&Bun AI is correct here. So we beat these two. So then now the next two should be just up ahead over here. Let's see, do I have some access to items already? Not sure. Oh yeah. Oh, it's raining up here. Oh. Cheelon berry, just one. One Roselli berry. And one Aqua berry. Interesting. I didn't know it was raining up there. Shouldn't be raining down here, right? Yeah. Yeah, so the next fight should be just right there. This isn't a gauntlet, is it? Yeah, I should be able to fly after. Let me just save here. Because it doesn't say it's a gauntlet. Yeah, it doesn't say it's a gauntlet. Let me see. Yeah, I should be able to still fly. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright, so let me save. We should have Sneasler out front. Sneasler. Well, actually, I think either... I think either of them are actually going to be baiting Donphan first. Because Donphan sees a slow KO, but I think it doesn't really matter the order. I'll still be able to KO both anyway. Although, after KOing the Donphan, I do have to use U-turn to KO the Donphan, so... And then I could just U-turn to Vascular Legion. And then I'd be baiting probably close combat from the Sneasler. So I could just go Gyarados. Yeah. So where's Gyarados? Okay, so yeah, we're actually baiting Donphan first before Sneasler, but that should still be fine, because after U-turning, I could just U-turn Beedrill into Vascular Legion. And then after baiting their Sneasler, I can just swap my Sneasler to either Gyarados or Thundurus as Vascular Legion KOs with Psychic Fangs. Yeah, so we're still fine. We should be good. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright. Ninja Boy Jonas and Expert Frederick would like to battle. So we got another interesting gimmick double battle here, very similar to one of the ones in Tate and Liza's gym, where the Togekiss side is holding Salac Berries with the move Fling, and on the other side, the Mr. Rhyme side, they're holding a weakness policy. So the way the AI works is that if in a double battle they see that their partner is holding a weakness policy and they have super effective Fling, they will always use it over going for KOs. But the problem is that there's a slight bug to where after it uses Fling, it doesn't see that it's lost its item. So as long as the Togekiss here doesn't see a KO, it'll always go for Fling on the opposite side. So that basically just leaves the Togekiss free. And we can just deal with the Mr. Rhyme side. So what I'm going to do is, with a Life Orb equipped, which I should have, right? My Sneasler can outspeed and always one-shot with a Life Orb boosted knockoff. And then I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm just going to waste a turn. I don't want to KO the Togekiss yet, so I'm just going to use Drill Run into the Togekiss side, which will not be effective, just allowing the Beedrill to delay a turn while still staying in. So let me just triple check the roll here with Sneasler. Yeah. So, and you don't have to worry about weakness policy as long as you KO the opponent. So let's go ahead and do that here. So we'll take a fake out. So that's why I have Sneasler in, because my Sneasler has inner focus, so it can't get faked out, allowing me to just KO the Mr. Mime. And then Togekiss is gonna go for Fling. Yep, and it's just gonna Fling into the void. So next up, Decidueye. Same exact situation. My Sneasler can outspeed in one shot with a Life Orb boosted knockoff. Before the Togekiss can attack. And again, it's just gonna Fling into the void, and I'm gonna again Drill Run to delay another turn with Beedrill here. So Decidueye goes down. And again, Togekiss will Fling into the void. Yep, just like that. Alright, and then this just leaves a Sceptile, which, again, we can just outspeed and KO with a Poison Jab from Sneasler. And then now, because this is the last Mon on the left side here, I can now go for the KO on Togekiss with Poison Jab from my Beedrill here. So we can go for the double KO on this turn. So Togekiss goes down, and Sceptile goes down. Alright, and then we should see Donphan come in here. Right. So Donphan here comes in. It's by itself. We're now in a 2v1 position. This thing is a little scary though, because it is holding a Custap Berry with the Sturdy ability. So we need to make sure we KO this thing in a way that doesn't proc the Custap. But thankfully, my Beedrill is faster than my Sneasler just by a few points. And Adaptability U-turn will deal just enough damage so that the close combat from my Sneasler will KO on the second turn. On the second hit. And a critical hit U-turn will never bring the Donphan below 25% HP, which means the Custap Berry will never get procced, and we can KO with 2 turns, with 2 attacks outspeeding it. So we'll go for the U-turn plus close combat KO here. So U-turn. And I'm going to U-turn into Bascullegion. Legion. And then close combat should always KO from here. Perfect. Halolitical. What's up, bro? Sorry, tough to pronounce. Appreciate you dropping in the chat. Hope you're having a good day today. This is a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald called Run&Bun. Alright, so last up is their own Sneasler, which after my close combat, Sneasler sees a KO on my own Sneasler. So I'm just going to simply swap into something that could take up close combat, like my Gyarados here, as Bascullegion can always one-shot with a Psychic Fangs. Intimidate doesn't matter here because it has center focus, but we'll take a close combat. And then Bascullegion will always one-shot. Alright, there we go. Another clean double battle here. so 3 fights down, there's 5 more left to go. Let's see, I'd like for it to at least just do 1 more, and then probably call it there. And then do the next 4 fights in another stream. Because the next one is not a double battle, so it shouldn't be too bad to prep. So let's take a look here. So next one, yeah, Hex Maniac Gongus. Gongus. Yeah, leads a Focus Sash Raichu. Let's see which we can. We could one-shot with Dragapult, Dragon Darts, which would always bait Glaceon, Blizzard. We could U-turn, or we can emergency exit with Golisopod into like Sneasler. Or let's see. Let's see, if I KO with Sneasler, I should always bait Tangrowth for Earthquake. Let's see, I could emergency exit again, or I could use Mega Charizard X for the first time. We always KO with Flare Blitz, but that would also deal recoil damage. And we're slower than the other parts, so I could also go. Let's see. I could go maybe Thunderous on an Earthquake, and I can then U-turn into Mega Beedrill for a KO with Leech Life. Which would always bait. Looks like Fiery Dance from Volcarona. We could just go. U-turn, Fiery Dance, Volcarona. We can... I think I can go Choice Scarf, Arcanine. Which would bait always Scald from Slowbro. Let's see, I might want to use something else for the... I mean, I could go Dragapult on the Slowbro. And then it's gonna use Future Sight. Let's see. I'm using Choice Band. But Scald can burn, so probably wouldn't be good to use. Could also use Hydreigon, or let's see. Be a good alternative here. I think maybe instead of Dragapult, I could just use Electrode. And I can KO with 2 energy balls. Or I could maybe do a slow U-turn into someone with the lagging tail. Let's see. Well, actually, I could instead. I can just lead Sneasler. If I pre-toxic, I think I could just KO with fake out into poison jab, which should always still bait only earthquake from Tane growth. So. Still yeah, so I could actually swap to Thunderous and KO with 2 acrobatics, which we can then let's see. Oh, this is Scrappy Swallow going for Boom Burst. Probably not that. Instead, we can my Mega Aerodactyl freaking minus speed nature is slower than this Swallow. I could also just go Gudra. I KO. KO Tango with Thunderous. We bait a fast KO from Swallow. We go Gudra. Gudra would bait let's see, most looks like let's see. I'm faster and out damage Slowbro, so it should just bait whoever's first faster. Which looks like it should always be Glaceon, and it's guaranteed Blizzard because we show a KO with Heavy Slam. This allows us to so we could emergency exit into maybe let's see. So we can emergency exit into Arcanine. choice band. Choice band rock slide just barely doesn't kill. But I have all the pieces, I just need to figure out how to piece them all together here. Let's see. 24.1 plus 71.7. Yeah, so I need at least a muscle band on Nuzlocke. Let's see. Yeah, so to recap, we muscle band pretty toxic, Sneasler, KO, Raichu with fake out into poison jab. We always bait. We always bait Earthquake from Tangrowth because we show slow KO. We go Thunderous and KO with 2 Acrobatics. We bait Fast KO Boom Burst. We 1v1 with Gudra. Gudra should always bait Glaceon because it's the first thing that's faster. It's never Calm Mind because we show KO. I can emergency exit into Sneasler. And then KO with close combat. Or I can go to someone else. So I could go Urshifu. Or... let's see. I can go to you. If I hold a black glasses... Let's see, but then this thing could quiver dance. Even though I am showing slow KO. Interesting. Yeah, so probably something else then. Be the best to use here. Let's see, if only Mega Arrow could actually get a KO for once, but I think even with Tough Claws, it still doesn't quite do it. So actually, if I pre-damage to 273, then I could just go Scarf, Scarf Arcanine, outspeed and KO, which just leaves Slowbro going for Scald. Could maybe get a double emergency exit with Golisopod here. And just see. Let's see, Golisopod. You need to be greater than 128. Blizzard Mineral deals 73. 73 has to be less than 128. Critical hit Blizzard could deal up to 130. Plus... let's see. Citrus Berry would heal... 64 HP. Okay, so there is some overlap there. And then... Mineral Scald from Slowbro deals 43. So X minus 73 plus 64 minus 43. Has to be less than 128. Yeah, there isn't that much overlap there. Yeah, so I can't do a double emergency exit. But I could just pivot through Gudra, probably. And bait either a body press or a future sight. So I could try to go for it if I don't get a critical hit, but yeah, I could probably just easily go swap back to Gudra. Yeah, so let's recap this. Pre-toxic muscle band, sneezer, fake out into poison jab KO Raichu. Bait earthquake EQ Tang growth into thunderous KO with 2 acrobatics. Bait boom burst. 1v1 with Gudra. Glaceon, Blizzard, emergency exit into Urshifu, hit with close combat, pre-damage to bait, fast KO from Volcarona. Go to Choice Scarf, Arcanine, KO with Rock Slide. We bait Scald from Slowbro. Yeah, and then we could just pivot through. Because natural crit body press deals up to 216. And we would need to pre-damage to 273. So yeah. And then we can just outspeed in one shot with Wicked Blow. Yeah, so this should all be fine here. So let's get this last fight done, and then I'll call it there for today. So we need Sneasler, we need Thunderous, Gudra. We need Golisopod. Urshifu. And Arcanine. Alright, cool. And then we just need Muscle Band. Choice Scarf on Hamilton. Muscle Band on Sneasler. No item. We need... Let's see, Metal Coat for Gudra. Let's get a Citrus Berry on Gudra. I mean, Golisopod. Black Glasses. For Urshifu. And that should be good. Pre-damage, we could put, let's see. Could put Golisopod at 179. Alright, cool. And then we could put Urshifu at 273. Alright, cool. That should be good. Don't need any other pre-damage. So. And then I just need a pre-toxic sneezer before the fight starts. So let's go and get this fight done. And then I'll call it there for today. Let's go over here. So one up here, down here. We beat these two, so now next trainer should be just up ahead here. Okay, cool. So let me save. Sure to pre-toxic Sneasler. Alright, good. Muscle Band, no item. Metal Coat, Citrus Berry. Black Glasses. And Choice Scarf. Triple check the calc one last time. So you, date you, go to you, 1v1. should probably pre-damage just in case of infestation from Teen Growth, because it could go for that. So let me just pre-damage to... let's say 250 HP on Thunderous here. Cool. And then if I do get max roll crit, Power Whip from Teen Growth, 250 minus 146 max roll crit, leaves me at 104. That could possibly bait random move, but that should also be perfectly fine. Yeah. Alright. I think we're good here. Just looking over all the other possibilities here. Bait you. Emergency exit into you, KO. Bait you, or you, KO, bait you. Yeah. And then we should have black glasses and choice scarf. Alright, looks good. Let's go ahead and do this here. Alrighty, Hex Maniac Gongus. Alright, so she leads Gongus here. She leads a Raichu holding a Focus Sash with the static ability. So to start off, I have my Sneasel pre-toxic, so that way I can't get paralyzed from the static. And then I can just go for a Fake Out into Poison Jab to KO. Fake Out will break the sash here. And then we can KO with Poison Jab. So Raichu goes down. This should always be baiting in Teen Growth. Perfect. Yeah, Teen Growth comes in and always sees a KO on my Sneasel with Earthquake. So we can safely swap into my Thunderous on the incoming Earthquake here. Yep, perfect. Alright, and then from here we can just simply 1v1 with Thunderous here and get a KO with 2 Acrobatics as it goes for either Power Whip or Infestation. But Acrobatics will always 2-shot here. Let's see, yep, there's a Power Whip. And another Acrobatics will do it. So Teen Growth goes down. Next thing should always be Swallow. Yep, Swallow comes in and outspeeds me, and this is a scrappy Life Orb Swallow with Boom Burst, which deals a lot of damage. But my Goodra is a tanky boy, and he can eat up the incoming Boom Burst very easily here. So we'll swap to Goodra. Yep, so there's Boom Burst. we eat that. And then now we can go for the KO with a Heavy Slam as it goes for a Brave Bird. Yep. So Swallow goes down. And this should always be baiting in Glaceon next. Oh, Volcarona came in. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, that's weird because it, yeah, Glaceon. Let's see, Goodra is slower but outdamages both Volcarona and Glaceon, so I should have just baited in order. Let's see, yeah, because that's not that good, because now I could go for Quiver Dance. Let's see something here. That should be fine. Because I could still just go straight to Arcanine. Yeah, so I need to go straight to Arcanine here on whatever it goes for. And try to win the 1v1. Yeah, so there's a Quiver Dance. It's a little scary. Yeah, I think we need to survive a Giga Drain crit here. Well, you got this, buddy. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, so Rock Slide KOs. Let's see, we are steering here though, so let's see what comes in next here. Let's see, a Slowbro. Slowbro comes in, which, let me see. I think I can go for just completely random move here, which is not ideal. At 112 HP. Yeah, it's completely a random move. So let's see. I think I need to go Golisopod. To try to bait a Future Sight. Or let me see. I could try going Goodra. Let's see. But right now my Goodra is at 176. If it lands Body Press, or 167 HP. Max roll Body Press would deal 154. Which would leave me at 13, and then it would just be a random move again. Yeah, this is a little precarious. but I mean, if it is, I could always sacrifice Arcanine if needed. Because I can't risk swapping into anything else, really. Yeah, so let's go to Gudra here on hopefully not a body press. Okay, good. Alright, so that's perfect. So Scald, Burn, that's perfectly fine. I guess now, let's see, 117 on Gudra. Yeah, so now it's guaranteed body press. So this allows me to swap directly to let me see something. Let's see, Sneasler's right now at 263. Or 236. I could swap to Sneasler first on a guaranteed body press. Max roll body press though would deal 111. And then one turn of Toxic would deal, let's see, 290 divided by 16. Let's see, 106 at the least. But then I'd be, so if I get crit, then I'd be baiting Scald instead of just guaranteed future sight, so. Yeah, I should just go straight to Urshifu because we always live a crit. And then I can just chain the Glaceon after. Because black glasses. Actually, oh, I should have leveled him up. Wicked Blow is actually not a guaranteed KO. I think I was a little too hasty going into this fight. Let's see here. Let's see, actually, what I could do... Can I go Thunderous here? Maybe not. I might be baiting Scald with that too. What's up, King again? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out this fight here. I'm kind of steering a little bit. But, yeah, after I beat this fight, I mean, the VOD will still be left up on my channel. So you can go back and watch if you want. Let me see. I'm just trying to see what the best switch here would be... I just need to swap to Urshifu on not a Scald. I also need to deal some chip to it. Yeah, if I just leveled him up once or twice, he would have gotten the guaranteed KO. So I could also try going Golisopod. To try to trigger an emergency exit. I think that's probably the better plan here. Because yeah, I can go to Golisopod on a body press. I can First Impression to deal some chip. If it uses Scalds, then that should trigger emergency exit. And then I can just go straight to Urshifu for the KO. Yeah, I think that's probably my best play here. And if it goes for Future Sight, it won't attack that turn. So, yeah, let's go Golisopod here. It's probably the safest switch. Yeah, so there's Body Press. Alright, so now let's use First Impression as a... Hopefully it just goes for a Scald here. Okay, so Future Sight. So that's not gonna attack this turn, it'll attack the next turn. So yeah, right now since it used Future Sight, I think it's guaranteed Scald now. So why don't I go for a... Let's see. Let me just double check something really quick here. Let's see. It might just be wise to just swap to Arcanine and sack it at this point. But let me see. I'm Just double checking how many turns Future Sight lasts. I think I'm safe to just go for a... I can leave Galissapod in and go for a... Probably just like a Sucker Punch or something. Because I don't want to flinch it with Waterfall. So... Or I could just click First Impression again. And then Scald should be able to trigger Emergency Exit. And then I can just go straight to Urshifu. So let's try that here. Yeah, good. So there's Scald. There we go. Nice. Yeah, so we get our Emergency Exit, and now we can safely bring back into Urshifu. And now we're good. Because now I can just outspeed and one-shot with Wicked Blow. And then we will be immune to the incoming Future Sight. And then it's just Glaceon left. Yep, so we don't take the Future Sight, and then we always one-shot outspeed and one-shot Glaceon with close combat. Let me see. Yeah, and there's no Focus Band, no priority moves, so we can just outspeed one-shot with close combat. Okay, alright. It's a little scary steer there, but we made it through. Alright, so I think that's a good place for me to call it for now. So we just, after that, we only have 4 more optional fights left. And then, once we get those done, we'll be able to take on the Elite Four, so... Yeah, I think we'll probably just take one more stream to get rid of all the optionals. So... but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end things there, but really appreciate everyone who stopped by to watch. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, and I'll see everyone in my next stream. Alright, take care everybody.